It's the CalebDMTG Gathering Show.
I'm gonna adjust this Phoenix deck. This was like my day one build, you know? Like zero input from other folks, other lists. Pretty sure I want that blue-red card. That card's pretty messed up. I'll try Dora it out over the Crackling Drake. Crackling Drake was winning me some games. Do I want the Prowess 1-drop too? Maybe I'll leave a Drake in. Just like one. Oh, there's no shocks in this list. If I'm playing Finale, I want some number of shocks. Oh, they're in the fucking sideboard. No wonder. Oh, they're not in the sideboard. Why wouldn't it let me add shock? Oh, I do have them. They just weren't showing up on screen. Fair enough. Let's use these fucking new schwanky bordered ones. Still an important update. It's like a 2 or 3 of, right? You like Young Pyromancer? Okay, let's try Young Pyromancer. I'm on board. Was Manguchi still playing Quad Dorat? Having 8 2s seems a bit much. But like maybe one of them could be a 3. You like Pillar of Flame? Better than Shock? Stormwing? Yeah. I mean, Stormwing is really good with Brainstorm. We can play Stormwing instead. Yeah, Pillar Edric. We're comparing Pillar with Shock and deciding like which is better. I guess if we're playing Finale, then like Pillar being a sorcery is like kind of nice. Pillar's not nearly as pretty though. Yeah, it sprays on the board. Yeah, I think I was just like jacking a lot of ideas from Pioneer lists. actually really like the idea of the one of main deck unsubstantiate. Your opponent taps out for some game-winning thing. You're just like, boop. It appeals to me. I think Unsummon has to come out. Again, it was pretty good for me, but I also had like a lower threat base before. Opt over Charter Course. We've got Charter Course here. You want to have some number, right? You want to have some other number of other loot effects besides Faithless Looting to get the birds in the graveyard. Doesn't matter. Alcoriog, Incognito, we don't have space for either of them. Lightning Axe is super good versus Gruul. I don't know if I want to go down to 2 of that card. Oh, I don't need 3 shocks if I'm playing Pillars. So in terms of sorceries for Finale, Pillar of Flame and Faithless Looting are the only 1-mana ones, but then we get a lot of 2-mana ones with Iteration and Charter Course, which is probably fine for one Finale. Probably totally fine. You want to go to 3 Brainstorm? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, friend. We had a few different ways of resetting Brainstorm in this deck, between like Expressive Iteration, Storming Entity, and the Quad Fabled Passage. Looks goog? Does look goog. I don't think we need these annuls. I just haven't been playing against a ton of the black-white enchantments deck. And that's like the main space that you want them. Like a Brazen Borrower in the sideboard. Maybe I want a second Abrade since I just cut one. Oh my god. Do I have to like manually add this shit now? I'm gonna be surprised every time. Alright, I'm gonna give this a spin. But first, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. I'll go grab myself something sugary so I don't pass the fuck out. What time is it? It's like midnight. I'll be back in a few here. Hey Strider Stone, thanks for the raid. Hope you had a dope stream. I didn't respond to your message, Strider, but I'm probably down for that. If we can schedule something that works for both of us. Some kind of a collab type deal. You're doing Mardu lane destruction? Nice. You'd play another Finale over a chart or something? Finale's pretty good if the opponent's playing like a ton of disruption. Just like all the disruption in the goddamn world. Two Finales is a totally fine number. I try not to go like too overboard on it. Like only play 3 or 4 in metas where the opponent's playing like a ton of 1-for-1 removal. What is the purpose of the Unsubstantiate? So Unsubstantiate is a card that you can cast just as like a bout spell to recur your Phoenixes when you need to, but it can also remand your opponent's key game-winning spell. Like say in Historic, like the Sultai Ultimatum. You can unsubstantiate that and then untap and kill them. Right, so the unsubstantiate isn't there for anything like specific. It's there because it's a very versatile card that can either trigger your Phoenixes or stop them from killing you. It's very hard to fit actual factual counter magic in the main deck of Phoenix because you need your spells to be able to trigger the Phoenixes themselves. And most counter spells are not good in every matchup. It's not an uncommon card in Phoenix decks, like Pioneer, for example. It's not weird to see one show up as a one-of. Lightning Bolt is not legal, correct? I probably would have had that one in, huh? What was I doing? I was just cutting a spray. I'll put a Finale in the board. Or maybe Lightning Axe. Some fucking thing. Yeah, I don't hate playing a second one. It's been good for my opponents too. Caw. That's an amazing response, Strider Stone. This feels good. Solid chance it dies, but maybe it doesn't, Tom. I definitely don't like firing off the turn 1 Faithless Looting there. And just like hope you draw into a bird or whatever. You don't want to go Faithless Looting, bin Faithless Looting, because right now Faithless Looting is your 1-mana spell that lets you cast Stormwing Entity. But now that we waited a bit, now we can bin. Am I gonna want the card advantage of Chart a Course over something like Opt? I could see that. I kind of like sandbagging the Faithless Looting in case we draw into another, in case we draw into a Phoenix. If they let us untap with the Stormwing Entity, they're like kind of close to dead though. I'm just gonna bin these. What sugary thing did I get? Excellent question. I got myself a San Pellegrino, Miligrano, and Arancia. I don't know what those words mean, but it's fucking delicious. It's got a picture of pomegranate and orange on it, which are fantastic. What's up, Jim Miles? Did Phoenix get a lot of play in Standard? Not really. It's not like it was in Standard with Faithless Looting, right? It saw some Standard play. I played it in Standard. But I was mostly just having fun. It wasn't like the deck to beat or anything like that. Could bounce the Tome. Kinda don't hate that. Like bin Phoenix, bin Brainstorm here, and go like land, opt, unsubstantiate. Nah. Shit. We didn't have the brainstorm until we looted, right? Oh, only creatures or spells. Sure, I can't bounce a Maze Mind with it anyway. Cool. Well, I'm glad I didn't fuck that up. Have to like bounce my own token or something here to trigger my bird. If I had Faithless Looting differently, thinking that I could have bounced the tome, I could see myself doing that. That's the shit you do in paper, where you're like, unsubstantiate your thing, because you think it's just like a boomerang or whatever. And your opponent just like gets super sketched out and thinks you're the scummiest cheater. Nope, I'm just an idiot. Just a fucking idiot. Doesn't know what his card does. It's not a trigger spin group. You can't cast a card in the middle of another card's resolution. To answer your question, you can't go Faithless Looting, draw 2, and then Brainstorm, and then discard 2. Alright, Brainstorm. Daddy needs a red source. That works. Let's put Dorat Island back, because Expressive could rebuy my birds if that needs to happen. If he plays another sweeper. So hazardous. Gotta stack those birds. Can't screw up that order. Yeah, Poop Butts, you're talking about like a variant of the Drake deck, right? Or am I misremembering? I feel like the Drake deck overall like saw more play than when it was playing with the Phoenixes. Like blue red Drakes was along for like X time, and then like it was playing Phoenix for a smaller chunk of that. It could have been when it was released, yeah. This treasure token is way too epic. It's a fucking Lotus Petal. It's 6 for mana. You got Fire and Ice looping around this like sweet mystic gem. That wasn't a real criticism on my part. The card's sweet. Seven red spells this game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It kind of looks like 5, huh? This opponent's doing like some blue black stuff. Play, not cast. When the Phoenixes trigger, they return to the battlefield, but you're not playing them. If you're using like the Magic terminology. Putting a card into play, not the same thing as playing a card. So we're gonna be a little slower post-board against a control opponent. Remove some of our reach, like the random burn spells. We have actual counter spells, so we don't need unsubstantiate now. It's a creature spell, JRC. If you're gonna cast an Arclight Phoenix, it's a creature spell. That part is fine. That is correct, Centauran. I did not play the Phoenix. I put them into play. You could bring in the second finale because the opponent's playing like a lot of like sweepers, Black Disruption and stuff. They might be trying to grind us down. The issue with that is there's a higher chance that they've got like Black Leyline post board. And so you don't want like 4 Phoenixes and a bunch of finales. I think 1 finale is still okay. I'm with you, 7 Deadly Sins. The only reason I added anything originally was the fight me reward was to get people to stop bothering me about what I was going to do for points and stuff. You like the number to go up? Yeah, that's valid. That's super valid. Twitch does a really good job of like gamifying the experience, right? From my side, from the streamer side, they give us like a whole bunch of stats and like goals, you know, stuff to like work towards and feel like you're like leveling up as a streamer as you're advancing. And beating your previous records and stuff. Did they mulligan to Oblivion? They only have a few cards. So I can certainly see the value of that from the viewer side. Watching, ranking up, getting rewards. We'll come back. I want it back. That's a good thing to know about yourself, Jim Miles. In some senses, it's almost more important to know about your own weaknesses than your own strengths. Uh-oh. Or he's gonna lose here. There's actually a ton of different potential origins for the Phoenix Tribal Elephant. Like, there are some potential origin stories even going to, like, Africa and stuff. Different regions of the world. Abraham Davidson was a fantasy writer that never really, like, broke out. But he was kind of like a writer's writer. And so a lot of, like, fantasy and sci-fi writers really enjoyed him. But he did a fascinating book about, like, the potential origins of a bunch of different fantastic creatures and, like, the mythology behind them. Fucking bird's gone. I mean, it's a really good book. Adventures in Unhistory is the book I'm talking about. Pretty strong writer in general. Oh yeah, Tribal Elephant. Amazing. On the one hand, this Faithless Looting is really good with this bird in our hand. On the other hand, can we lose if we fucking keep this negate? We are only at 8 over there. Alright. There's only one bird unaccounted for, right? I think we've been to the looting. Because we scried one away earlier. Not the most exciting way to play a Stormwing entity. We could, of course, have charted into it. But I'm not sure what that does for me, unless the chart finds like a negate specifically. Could have been okay. Wait, do I even have a yeah, I've got plenty of sorceries. Wait, did I not get the 1 damage card? I must have clicked through it on accident. Well, let's play Brainstorm then. Make sure we get our Brood. The awkward thing here is that the 1 damage card puts them to 3, and then Arclight Phoenix kills them by itself, so if they had a removal spell here, could really punish us.
Oh shit, what up?
Hey, Possum Puncher, thanks to the Subaruski. Spikefield bugs sometimes when casting it off Finale. Oh, interesting. Maybe because it's also a land. Might make it more susceptible to that type of bug. I'm glad that wasn't me then. Doesn't that not do anything at all? Oh, it does, because they gain 3 life off of it too. Put it into this. Sweet. Grind about. Cards ever been bugged in paper? Yeah, Hostage Shaker, right? They had like errata day 1. So it didn't like loop with itself or something? Yeah, as printed, Hostage Shaker would create an infinite loop by itself. Yeah, sorry about the Mold of Oblivion there, Don Share. But yeah, thanks for the match. Better luck in your future games, of course. I once misplayed a card. So since we're talking about bugs and stuff, I once misplayed a card in an SCG tournament because I just assumed that the way that it worked on Moto was correct. But it turned out that I'd been like inadvertently abusing a Moto bug without even knowing. The Zeniths, the Blue Sun Zeniths just got reprinted. But the Zeniths in general, they all like shuffle back into your library. And on Moto, when you would flash one back with a Snapcaster, it would go into your library. And so if it got countered, but you were in the like super late stage of the game, you're like, yeah, no worries. I think I actually fire off an iteration. It's like literally just drawing a card, but our hand doesn't do anything. Fuck. I was looking for a Faithless Looting. But yeah, that's not how it's supposed to work. It is supposed to get exiled. Anyway, it would come up in control mirrors where, like, super late in the game, like, oh, time to flash back one of these. My opponents must have just thought I was the scummiest person ever. I actually just assumed that Moto was resolving it correctly. You bet it was an awkward conversation with the judge? In paper? No, no. It did result in a judge call, but it wasn't awkward at all. Misunderstandings happen all the fucking time. But that's also how you learn, right? That's how you learn shit. Just cast my other iteration. Feels like such a waste. We have a shuffle effect. Brainstorming here is fine. Should I keep all my birds? I kind of am getting the feeling that Lightning Axe is dead. Just like a super dead card in this matchup. God, this curve is miserable. I'm not even like playing up the door at this turn. Next turn, actually kind of like leading on the expressive iteration, because it could be finding like Faithless Looting plus 1 mana card. And then if we brick, we can fire off the Dorad or like whatever we draw off the iteration. Just casting an Arclight Phoenix may be better. We got some fucking options here, huh? Aren't I only playing one finale? Oh no, I moved the other one in, that's right. Yeah, I think I like this. Bird up! Is Dredge playable? Not in Historic. What format are you talking about? Exile the Opt and put the Stormwing in hand? Yeah, that would have been slightly better. For sure. You don't think birds are real? Well, birds are very real. Just like the CIA is real. How much damage is this if we just like unsubstantiate and fire off Brainstorm? Like another 3, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm tempted to let the Gear Hulk resolve and then unsubstantiate their flashing back, because they only have like the one thing that's worth flashing back in their graveyard. Is giving them a 5/6 fine? I think it is. Because if we just unsubstantiate the Gear Hulk, then they get to make this like go land, make the same play next turn. Would it go to their hand? Yeah, but then they have a fucking 8 mana card in their hand. And then they don't have the Gear Hulk come into play trigger. It doesn't get exiled if I fucking unsubstantiate the Gear Hulk and let this sit in the graveyard too, for them to just like instantly fucking replay it. I have a Charter Course in the graveyard, right? Yeah, cool. I'm just thinking if they bin and then master it. Oh, they're just fucking packing. Sweet. So Dispute seems amazing. I think I'm just like boarding exactly the same as I did last round, A braid would be kind of hot. I'm glad Unsubstantiate did something. Do I want both finales? You were worried about them getting back Dragonfire? Oh yeah, no. No, that's not what they're doing. That's not what they're doing with that deck, huh? Binning their Magnum Opus, fucking Gear Hulking it back. Let's see, I could have a removal spell here, or have they seen them just unsubstantiate? Yeah, we just fucking won with it. That was game one. And unsubstantiate's a one of, so they didn't see it earlier than that, right? You want Sideboard Ral to be a Sideboard Nimbizzet? Sideboard Nimbizzet might be better. I was kind of just like jacking cards from other Phoenix decks. Nib did see some standard play, huh? Got Spikefield. Got my land. Having a land that triggers Arclight Phoenix is amazing. The only reason I'm not playing like more of that shit, like multiple Spike Fields or whatnot, is because I want to have enough basics for my fetch, right? Need to have at least 4 basics in there with 4 fetches. Yeah, I'll fuck with this hand. There's a little wrong. But I think the odds of us waffling on land drops is pretty small. Yeah. So we don't have to worry about Gear Hulk this game. That's kind of cool. This will be playing kind of like an aggro control type deal. What we really need are like some counter magic, some interaction, so that we don't just like lose to their counters and removal and stuff. How can a fucking dragon get destroyed by Dragonfire? That doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm actually gonna keep this bird. And next turn I'm just gonna fire it off. Smack him in the face for 3. And next turn I'm probably gonna go Brainstorm, put the hazard on top, scry away. Assuming all that shit resolves. I've been censored. Yes, we lose our bird, but it is just a 1-for-1 trade, right? That's a concern. Thing in the Ice? Yeah. I mean, Thing in the Ice wouldn't be in this matchup, right? Post-board. Aria of Flame would be great. Crackling Drake is the card that I used to play in this deck. Matches up very well against Rest in Peace. Nice. That's fantastic. Let's put Hazard back in one of these Fabled Passages, I guess. And then the Stormwing entity is going to be looking for mostly hasty threats. Oh, these cards are all really good too. Search isn't going to flip, but I think I want Mystical Dispute. I'll hold on to that one. Pardon the un. I might cash out a little early tonight. Not super early. I mean, it's almost 1, so impossible to do it super early. But I am a little on the dreamed side. I think I'm okay with all of this. If you negate there, then you have the prowess trigger for to fairy to die, and then they don't get to draw this extra card and whatnot. The issue is if they have anything on top of the Mystical Dispute, if they have a removal spell or whatnot, then you no longer have your negate up, right? Then you get to answer your Stormwing, and you basically lose the game on the spot. So I decided it was better to let them draw one more card, and then we could keep the negate up. An opt there would have been so much better. Nice, to fairy down. This deck's sweet. I think I could play a lot of Arclight Phoenix in a day. There's something satisfying about just chaining all your cantrips together. How do we feel about Narset? I think I'd let Narset resolve. Narset's really hard for us to beat, but we do have the onboard Stormwing entity. So the idea is next turn we're just going to attack and clear it. Should I play the other Stormwing? Is that greedy? It's a little greedy. Valuable ass scry there though, huh? Gonna hold on to this land so we have stuff to bin to our careful study. Yes. Resolves. Yeah, they're just gonna draw a card. At least it cycles, huh? At least it cycles. Almost regardless of what I draw on my turn, I'm probably going to be firing off this Faithless Looting. Get my prowess triggers. Get a little bit of damage from my loots. So, in case they're, I mean, I'm sure they're playing some number of sweepers, so rather than play the Arclight Phoenix into it, I'm just going to play the Iteration, which converts to more damage this turn anyway. And with this Iteration... Oh, never mind. I was going to say the goal is to, like, put counters to hand and cast more filtering and stuff. Counters and threats to hand. Fire off cantrips for damage. So next turn, just with the entities in play and this Arclight Phoenix, we're gonna have 9 damage. The opponent's currently at 10 life. So a single 1-mana cantrip could get the job done. Cute little bird animation. So now the opponent's in a spot where they like very desperately need a sweeper, but even if they like untap play a sweeper, we just cast our other haste bird, right? And that's the thing about cards like Rest in Peace, like they're very, very good at stopping Arclight Phoenix, because the best part of Arclight Phoenix is cheating into play, and they kill it, and you just bring it back and stuff, so it turns off all that stuff really, really well. The downside of Rest in Peace is that your opponent can still play the damn bird and attack you. It's not... Yeah. Yeah! And there we go. Officially! A platinum stream. I think the Search for Razkanta is going to come out of the sideboard. And people are playing Rest in Peace. That card becomes worse, right? If some of the control decks are playing Rip. I did actually like the Planeswalker. Felt good the game that we boarded it in. And got to resolve it in the realm. But Search for Razkanta should probably just like be another negate or something. Negate felt great. I liked having it in hand.